bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. You bought on my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You bought on my best life, yeah.
All right, you guys, we are back with Michelle and Bombchelle Creations. She does black color art. I don't know what do you call it?
UV art is typically, UV or fluorescent art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got into doing art. Especially aquatic art.
Yeah, well, I think it started with the hobby. I've been a long time aquarist, kept a tank for probably about 12 years now. And so I've had a passion for saltwater for a long time, and so that inspires a lot of my artwork. You know, we have corals, so they have those fluorescent properties, and then there's always that wall space behind your tank that you're trying to fill, so I think that's where the UV art comes from. So I started doing that a few years ago, and the owners at Aquashella noticed on Facebook and sent me a message and was like, hey, we're going to be putting on a festival that has tons of art, and we have this big blacklight entrance that we're looking for people like you to put together. And so
yeah, you guys, so she helps out with the main entrance to this Aquashella black art. I keep calling it black art. UV black light. There's the word I'm looking for. Black light. Girl, color. Tell me what you do it is with what paint, what is it?
Well, it's acrylic paint, and so it just has fluorescent properties to it. So it's any paint that has fluorescent or glow in the dark or UV. So all of these paintings, they look very different under regular light. So really, when you're a UV, fluorescent, or blacklight artist, you're painting two paintings in one. So I could paint something with fluorescent paint that totally changes how it looks under regular light, and then anything I do under regular light is going to change what it looks like under black light. So you're finding that balance. So they're typically a lot more time consuming. So you're doing two paintings in one.
So when you draw, do you draw under black light?
Yeah, I do. I start out with a black canvas, and I use chalk to start my outlines. I'll usually start it under white light, and then I'll turn the black lights on, and then it's game on, and then it's lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off, all the time.
So do you see people using these as backgrounds on their saltwater tanks?
Oh yeah, it's primarily my customer base for these paintings are people who are putting them above their aquariums, because we always have that actinic property in our saltwater tanks, and even here, if I were to turn my lights off with all these saltwater aquariums around here, they would fluoresce my tent.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wow, like I just love all the saltwater colors, and you got it going on, girl. Some of these paintings are amazing. So, in general, like the octopus over here, what is it going for?
So these ones, they're multicolored. There's a lot of layers in these, so that they actually are a lot more time consuming than they look. Something like that I would sell for about $4.25. These are originals, so for people who don't want to spend that much, I offer prints and smaller paintings. But yeah.
Yeah, because that one right there's got a little. Looks like it. I know it's not glitter, but because of the little splashes in it, it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks
like extra dimension to it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where can people find you?
Well, they can find me on pretty much any social media platform at Bombchelle Creations there. And then also on Aquashella's page, because like I said, I'm their art director. Did you walk through the front part?
Yes.
So I hire a team and we put that whole thing together in 48 hours. It was nuts. We're all tired.
And there is new stuff to it too. So every time there's something different.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging, but it's a really cool thing to pull off, working with a lighting specialist, Will Ken, and then I have an amazing art team. There was 12 of us that put that together this time, and we went from typically about 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning putting that together for the last few days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and it could be just me, but is there like more of a jellyfish theme, or there's just more jellyfish to the art coming in this year?
Are you talking about the ones that were on? Okay, so the guy who does the special effects, Will Ken, he'll sometimes I'll get a message at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, look at this cool device I found. We should buy that and do this for the aqua crib. So I'm like, oh sure, Will, I'll order that for you right now. So that was a new one, and so we kind of last minute put together the jellyfish because we were like, what's the most lightweight, sort of free-flowing thing that we can think of, and it was a jellyfish. So I think over the course of time, we're going to do more with that, but the jellyfish were a trial. That was the first time we've ever put that in there before.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I love the, I know that you've had that white, the things that hang down from the roof. Yes, the wisteria, yes. And I like it how it is this year. It just is like amazing to walk through.
It's funny you said that because the first time I put it in there, I did it lower and I was worried that people were getting their hair caught in it like I do. So I raised it and I got a ton of complaints. They were like, no, we liked walking through it like it was a garden. So I lowered it again this year. And then we put the koi fish little surprise tank in there with all the lights. So it's just supposed to be kind of a magical adventure to walk through. So I'm glad to hear that you liked that.
I did. That was one of my favorites. But I like wisteria anyway, but I think that was fun. And then of course the jellyfish at the top, and then the aqua crib's amazing this time, I gotta say. I mean, I've loved it every time, but I know this time it just seems a little bit more to me. So y'all did a great job. Well, what do you think about, or how do you feel about coming on the Aquatic Morning Show one morning?
Oh, like coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. You just let me know, and I'll make myself available.
Sweet. Y'all hear that? We got our own camera.
Yeah. I live in Alaska. Okay. That's where I'm normally from, so we just have to coordinate the time difference.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm in Louisiana, so
oh, okay.
that would be, what?
4 hours, I think.
Hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We can work it out.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Miss Michelle with Bombchelle Creations. All right, guys. I am here with Mr. Lewis and
Birds and Exotics of the World.
Birds and Exotics of the World. So, see a ball python around my neck, and I'm going to say that if you've ever seen that news anchor that was behind a table and that one animal they put on the table, well, I'm not screaming bloody murder, so we're doing well.
Good.
Mr. Lewis,
yes.
Tell me about your Birds and Exotics.
Birds and Exotics of the World is my company. We're based out of South Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Our goal is education, not really performance with the animals. We're here in Aquashella today just educating and bringing the animals so people could enjoy them.
Sweet. Now, where do you go? You go to schools?
We go to schools like Boys and Girls Club, YMCAs. We travel the whole country. Anything has to do with things like that, that's
Right.
where we're available for.
Okay, so what else do y'all have other than like?
The main thing we focus on, as you said the name, birds and exotics. So we do have a lot of different birds, birds of prey, owls, hawks, vultures, and things like that.
Wow. I think did y'all bring the hawk or yesterday?
We have them,
No,
unfortunately.
the owl?
Yeah.
The owl. Was he
Leonidas.
yesterday or something?
Unfortunately, today he's not here today, but yesterday he was available to be here, yeah.
I've seen him. He's cool. Like, I think last Orlando he was here, and yeah, that's right. And we got to talked a long time about him. But what else do you have?
Well, today we have a few turtles here. We have a few snakes. There's a little bit of stuff, different variety of.
And so, like, the snakes over here, they're not for purchase. They're just to, like, look at and both. Okay.
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 Take a picture, learn about them.
Right.
A lot of myths that go around with these animals.
Okay.
That does not mean that it's real. TV with real life is very different.
Yes.
As you can see, that slimy, cold thing is not killing you, right?
Yeah, and it's not really slimy or cold. Right.
Just chilling.
Yep, he's just there.
Yep. So that's our main goal, is to debunk a lot of the myths, same thing with the birds or with the owls. They're not going to fly away with your puppy and things like that. You still need to be careful. There is no difference between a little Yorkie and a possum. It's still dinner. But it's very different to what we portray in TV or movies and scary movies to how real life works.
Oh my God, it's funny you said that, because we just have corgi puppies, and when they go out at night, I make sure that they go out with one of us, because I'm scared that something's going to take them off.
Yep. You're not going to walk your dog in the middle of traffic. You're not just going to let your animal go in the woods. They're going to survive. They're going to find a way to survive.
Right.
Yep.
This is amazing. Like, I'm glad, and we need educators.
Very
So,
important. Very, very important.
It is.
Fear makes a lot of more problems than actual education. So once we know what's going on, we can understand it better, we can coexist, and life will be a lot easier without being scared of things that are not even real, as you're proving with the snake right now.
right, yeah, I mean, fear definitely does a lot of things in a bunch of different realms. So, not so bad. You should try it out. So, Miss Lewis,
Thank you for being here, and thank you for having us. Thank you very much.
no problem. Maybe one day we can have you actually come on the show live.
That would be awesome. I got a great staff. We've got very educated, and we'll be more than a pleasure to hang out with you guys for a little
Awesome.
bit.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.